Think about this for a second. A company comes up with this massive billion-dollar strategy in a boardroom. But how does that big idea actually turn into a real conversation happening in a doctor's office? There's usually this huge gap between the two. Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at how technology is finally closing that gap for good. It's totally changing how these huge decisions get made, one conversation at a time.
This right here is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Especially in an industry like pharma. Companies spend millions, literally millions, on these big campaigns, but at the end of the day, success really just boils down to these short, super important chats between a sales rep and a doctor. So how on earth do you make sure that that little conversation perfectly reflects the giant strategy?
To really get the problem, we've got to step into the shoes of a pharmaceutical brand manager. Their job is incredibly high stakes. They're sitting right at the crossroads of marketing, sales, and some pretty serious medical science.
And just think about the sheer weight on their shoulders. They have to drive prescription growth, launch brand new campaigns, squeeze every drop of ROI out of every dollar spent, and keep a constant eye on what the competition is doing. Basically, they're the strategic brain behind the entire brand.
But here's the catch, the dilemma. Even with that huge mandate, a lot of the time, they're flying completely blind. Their data is all over the place. It can take months, literally months, to figure out if a campaign is even working. And the biggest thing, they have no direct line of sight, no real control over how their big strategy is actually playing out in the field with each and every doctor.
So why does this happen? Well, it's because of something we can call a broken strategy cascade. It's where this brilliant idea from the top just gets watered down as it gets passed down the chain. It's kind of like a game of corporate telephone.
In the old way, right? The brand manager sets this crystal clear strategy. Then it goes to a sales manager who translates it for their team. But by the time the rep is actually standing in front of the doctor, the message is often watered down. It's inconsistent. It's a game of telephone where the brand strategy always loses.
Okay, so if the problem is a broken connection, the solution has to be about fixing it, right? And that's exactly where a system like Pharma OS comes in. It acts like a technological bridge, spanning that huge gap. I absolutely love this metaphor. Think of Pharma OS as more than just software. It's like the brand's central nervous system. It's the orchestrator, the conductor, making sure that marketing, sales, and the folks on the ground are all playing from the exact same sheet of music in perfect sync.
And this is where the real magic happens. We're talking about moving away from that broken game of telephone to a direct, instant connection. A connection between the brand manager's goal and the sales rep's actual action plan. It all starts right here with a classic high-level goal from the brand manager. It's perfectly clear, but it's also really broad. In the old world, the how you actually do this was left up to a bunch of different layers of interpretation.
This is the engine that's driving the whole transformation, the Pharma OS cascade. It's an AI-powered engine designed to do one specific thing. Take that broad strategic goal we just saw and break it down into concrete, tactical steps for the people out in the field. And here it is. This is the magic. That big, high-level goal to increase prescriptions is instantly translated into this super specific guidance for a rep who is about to visit one particular doctor, Dr. Sharma. It's not just, hey, go talk about brand X. No, it's how to talk about it, which specific study to bring up, and what materials to leave behind. The strategy has become the conversation.
The difference is just night and day. You're going from a slow, one-way street where information gets lost to a real-time, structured, two-way superhighway. Information flows down with perfect clarity and, just as important, it flows right back up.
And that brings us to the ultimate payoff. Because this isn't just about executing better. It's about creating a living, breathing strategy that can actually learn and adapt in real time.
The whole process is actually pretty simple, but it's so powerful. Every bit of feedback from a doctor gets captured. Then, Pharma OS pulls together thousands of these little signals from all over the country, hunting for patterns. And all that intelligence, it gets fed directly into the brand manager's dashboard. So, the brand manager is no longer waiting around for months to get sales reports. They can see right now which sales pitches are hitting the mark and which ones are falling flat. They can see if certain doctors are maybe losing interest, or if an entire region needs a totally different approach. They can tweak the strategy on the fly, not next quarter. And this is really the bottom line. Every single doctor call becomes a micro-execution of the brand strategy.